Okay, we are live on Facebook. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening to everybody. Welcome to Meet the Coaches. And today I'm such a great honor to, as I do most days, work with Robin to introduce Robin Morton to you. So most of you probably already know Robin. Robin and I go back a long way. Apart from being a stone's throw away from each other from Ireland to Scotland and having all the Celtic stuff in common, Robin and I have been working together since my very first beginning in this space, along with Sean. We've had the pleasure of meeting twice in person at this point. I cannot wait to have a nice whiskey with you at some point in the very, very near future. So I'm going to go ahead and share this in the various groups. Robin, if you wouldn't mind taking over and introducing yourself, please.
Thanks very much, Moira. Yes, and I'm absolutely looking forward to wetting the baby's head with a small glass at some point in the near future. So yeah, we're just across the water. You know, I can see across the sea almost from here in Scotland. I live in a tiny little island, very remote, very beautiful. And, you know, if I can run an online business from here with Stone Age broadband and limited cell phone reception, then, you know, so can you. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster a few years, to be honest, hasn't it, Moira? We've had our ups and downs. And, you know, right now, you know, what's happening in the crypto market today, you know, yesterday, it has been a complete roller coaster. So it's a volatile place to be, and a lot of people don't understand it. But we, you know, we're proof of concept now that this works. The DBM Academy it's not even a toddler yet. And we have scores of people who have had success and created, you know, passive income, perhaps for the first time ever in this space. And we you know, we have had our successes and our hits and our misses, you know, in the past, as you probably know. And we got tired of seeing people throw good money after bad, you know, in network marketing and all these biz op opportunities that, you know, seem to be great, 30-day runs and 90-day runs and all this kind of thing, and not making any money, you know, not making any money from month to month, sometimes year to year. And so the DBM Academy addresses that. You know, we only get involved with, we only tell you about platforms that we've been using for ages, and we take the hit sometimes, so you don't have to. And so everything that we do is proven, it's tested, it works, and we are the proof of that. And it's been a very exciting time, hasn't it?
Yeah, the last few years certainly have been educational. But experience from the ground up. Like literally, this is almost like a grassroots movement into out of the network marketing and into the education space, out of absolute necessity, because I could not imagine still operating the way I was brought into this space, with a lot of fear, with a lot of commission check chasing, with a lot of unsustainable income, you know, where you're chasing after something. And, you know, I think all the coaches operate from the same field of vision, where we're there to serve, we're there to help people not make the mistakes that we made. What we have learned in the past 3.5 years, what I have learned, I know you're in it longer than I am, 3.5 years, if I can help people do that in a year, in 2 years, it's that for me is my work done. Because, you know, when you have a community and systems around you, you become an unstoppable force. And things like what's going on in the market right now, my heart goes out to those that have just bought their first bit of Bitcoin and are now going, oh my God, it's okay, it'll come back. When I first started buying gold, I used to watch the price of a gram of gold every day. Not understanding that if you watch the price of an ounce of gold generation on generation, that's where the learning is from it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Equally moving into the digital space and having this, not just digital, but any kind of income space that's sustainable and that you can pivot in and out of, especially during times like this. So we have a number of projects, and I like the way you corrected yourself there, Robin, because we do get involved in other stuff that doesn't always work out. But anything that we choose individually or as a team to introduce to you are ones that we're confident with, ones that have a good backbone on them, ones that we feel are appropriate to share. There are other ones that we together as coaches will investigate, will get involved in, will test out and see. And if we take a bloody nose, then we take a bloody nose. But we try at all costs not to share, even though it might be really worth sharing well in advance of what we bring into the community. But we need to know, we've just learned from experience not to introduce things too soon. But we have a program to do that, don't we, Robin?
Well, our 3-month to Cashflow program has been really successful, and Moira and I are half of the mastermind group which launched that program. It has been really successful. We've got lots of really happy graduates who have been right through it, and lots of students who are currently doing it. And it really is about turning that corner from throwing money away every month to actually making money, sometimes for the first time. And we've had people come to us looking to make $50 next month to put food on the table. We've had people come to us with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they don't know what to do with it. And they've all had results. They've all found success, and not just making money, but their mindset has changed. They've learned skills and strategies that can ongoing help them to produce passive income and ultimately wealth. So much so that we're having to have conversations about wealth management within the DBM Academy community, helping people how to work out what to do with all this income that they're making, in many cases for the first time. So it's very, very exciting. I wish I'd been around when we first got started, Moira.
Yeah, because it's all the good bits together. So we work on mindset. Mindset is, Robin has quite an extensive, I love catching up. So Robin and I work in the workspaces. We'll talk about that in a minute. Every Tuesday, we get to hang out a lot. We have a lot of fun working together. I have to say, yeah, are one of my favorite coaches. And we, sorry guys, I have a bit of a cough at the moment. But the mindset piece is so important. That's where Mela comes in. She is our mindset. But I think it's safe to say that all 4 of the mastermind team are very intent on having people explore and understand their mindset piece, because what mindset looks like to each individual is very, very different. We have a lot of healthcare professionals coming into the 3 months to cash flow, everything from doctors down to healthcare workers, nutritionists, physiotherapists, chiropractors, you name it, because of circumstances over the last couple of years, but also because people are waking up to the fact that the system is stacked against you. There is no way that you're going to outrun it. But the change from what we are so used to understanding as our world into this new space is a huge mindset leap, huge. For me, the mindset piece was the missing piece. It wasn't that I didn't know that I could do these, because I can do anything that I want and that I put my mind to, but it was the deservingness of it for me. It's okay to be self-sufficient. It's okay to be wealthy. It's okay. We often have a very bad attitude towards wealth and towards wealthy people because we don't understand how they got to where they did. They didn't get there by watching Netflix. They didn't get there by watching football every weekend. Not that there's anything wrong with watching football every weekend, but they're very, very focused people. How they spend their free time is the definition of how productive they are. We waste a lot of our time. So time management is something else that we talk about on the 3 months to cash flow. It's something really important, and priorities and goal setting and all that kind of stuff. Then we introduce the systems, and the systems that we have are proven. We have a very select set of systems that we introduce people to. And like Robin said, for the first time ever, people can see that they can cash flow out of assets, because you can throw money after money after money and you're not throwing it. But if you're not managing your assets, Robin is an ex-accountant. I would safely say still an accountant, a self-accountant now. But tracking assets, It's, you know, you look at your bank statement and you go, okay, right, they robbed me of this month or this quarter, and this is what I have left over. I had a conversation with one of my best friends this morning, and she was telling me her daughter is now working and putting money in. And I said, how much interest? It's this really great account, 5% every 2 years. But after 15 years, she'll have so much money if she keeps on. I was like, no, 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 no. That's not how it works. So, Robin, what kind of returns do we not get out of bed for?
Well, we tend to not roll out for less than, you know, an average of maybe 10% a month. You know, we don't always hit that, but 10% a month is our kind of ballpark figure. So, you know, if you can do that for 10 months, you've doubled your money. You know, so it's absolutely doable in this space. We can make a lot more than that. Many times, sometimes it's a risk against reward balance, but you know, I'm tired of seeing platforms that they kick that can down the road and say, yeah, you'll make money in 3 years, you know, if you don't take any out. And people tell me they're making X, you know, amount of dollars in a week, and I say, all right, yeah, and are you spending that? Are you using it? Oh no, I'm not taking it out, because they tell me not to take it out, and so they're not actually making any money at all. And you know, education is really the answer to all of this. So yeah, we have lots of different platforms, and they are immune to a certain extent to all of this craziness that's going around right now. So most of the things we do are systems and platforms. They're not buying cryptocurrency and hoping for the best. We're not chasing commissions. We're building assets that build passive income. As simple as that. And it's consistent. You know, it's consistent from month to month. Some of our platforms, it's like going to work every day, and every day your boss gives you a pay rise every single day.
And importantly as well, we can access the cash flow. So one of the key things that I certainly have learned over the past 18 months, more than the previous before, is numbers on a screen mean nothing. If you can't walk into the bank, which you can't anymore anyway, and say, I want $5,000 out of my account, you have to pre-order that from the bank. Many of these projects and platforms are very similar, that people are getting involved in and staying involved in, knowing that there's issues inside them, because they'll sort out their problems. 12 months later, they're not sorting out their problems, guys. They're not going to sort out their problems. If you can't press a button and withdraw out onto a fiat gateway card, which is like crypto.com card or a Binance card or whatever, where you can go and remove your money from a hole in the wall, or you can spend it on whatever, your groceries, then you do not have access to your funds. So that's another thing that we have that's really important inside of these. Yes, compounding, we're all about compounding. Compounding is like the best thing ever. But you must prove to yourself that, like, for example, I got paid in Pariba last night. So today I took some of it out into Unique Exchange, and I'm now putting it out into my external wallet, which I'm going to go and use on my crypto.com card today, so that I can prove to myself and to everybody else that this is how it works. The withdrawal, to have to wait several days, weeks, months in some of the projects to access your funds, you're not getting paid on time. You're not getting paid on time at all. So cash flow, cash is king, but cash flow is even better to be able to access your funds. So again, that's another key element really to the projects that we look at, isn't it, Robin?
Well, everything that we look at now, especially in the 3 months to cash flow program, is about being able to cash flow yourself forwards. You know, it's cash flow that stops people from making progress quite often, especially if you're just starting off. You know, we've got platforms and systems that help you to become your own bank. So you can bootstrap yourself from very little amounts. You don't have to be rich to get started. And we teach you about not selling your assets. So that's how the really wealthy people are really wealthy. They've inherited, you know, generational wealth because their predecessors knew not to sell their assets, and they become more and more valuable as time goes on. So absolutely do that. And we also teach people to know their numbers, because there's so many people in the online space that they have a hobby income. They treat it like a hobby. They have a daytime job, and they treat it like a hobby because they never make very much money from it. And so it never really takes off, but we can change all that for people. And all of a sudden you've got substantial amounts of money coming in. and you have to take it a little bit more seriously and work out which is working and which is not working, how to pivot and how to, be a bit more tactical about your adventures so that you can maximize what you're doing. So we teach all that. We have all kinds of courses and things within the DBM Academy. So a lot of them are included in your membership. So we have free membership, and then we have a couple of different levels above that. One of them includes access to 3 months to Cashflow resources and workspaces that Moira mentioned. Moira and I hang out for 4 hours on a Tuesday, just like this. And you can come along and ask us any questions within reason. And
I was going to say,
and we can help you. And there are other coaches from all around the world within DBM, any time of day or night, most days of the week. And you can ask us anything. And, it's all there within the DBM Academy. Lots of good stuff. No excuse not to get your sleeves rolled up and get some education and be forearmed and forewarned against all this nonsense that's going on all around us right now.
Yeah, it is manipulated. It is very structured what's going on, driving people out of the crypto space, back into the fiat space where the CBDCs are coming in, where you're going to be snookered. So hold the line, people. Hold the line, as they would say in Scotland. What was that? What's that movie?
You're going to quote Braveheart, aren't you?
Braveheart, yeah. But back to the workspace. So coaches, with our fellow coaches, we also go and not hang out. It's a bit like an open plan office. So we have breakout rooms. So for those of you who are paid subscribers, get yourself into the workspaces. Seriously, you're getting one-on-one sessions. Now, they're not hour-long sessions, but you can jump into a breakout room and have a private conversation, or you can just listen in and join in on the conversation. We have a couple of our paid subscribers that are spending a lot of time in the workspaces and are getting to know what's going on, how to maneuver around certain things that are happening in the markets at the moment. But it really is invaluable. The previous model that has developed into this was one-on-one coaching, where you had one coach who was your person for the month, every month, and we did plans with you and we did all that kind of stuff. But Robin's expert at a lot of stuff that I'm not expert at. I have skill sets that other coaches don't have. So between us, there's no way. This is like Sean Maloney calls it a galaxy of planets of blockchain businesses that we knit together using our own ecosystem, our own solar system. But for you to be able to go in there and access coaches for $97 a month, which is like 70 or 80 euros a month, 20 quid a week, you can get access to all of the coaches. Plus, you get all of the other stuff. We have tools that you can get involved with, asset planners, spreadsheets that are like, they're easy to use, but they're not easy to set up. Spreadsheets are fun to set up, I suppose, if you're good with formulas and that kind of stuff. But these kind of tools, you would pay a lot of money elsewhere for, a lot. We have it at a very accessible price point. So to come into the workspaces, and then there's other advantages as well, like you get an affiliate link and you'd be able to share that with people too. And if you're smart, learn to get other people to pay for your membership as well. But the workspaces are fun. Myself and Robin, I won't be on them for the next couple of weeks because my baby's probably going to be born by then. Well, she's got to come out sooner or later. But Mela is in the workspaces quite a lot as well. And you'll find Sean's in and out of there too. So you can basically go in and jump in and ask a question about a certain area of expertise. Then we have the projects and platforms. So we have the free workshops. We have 2 new coaches started in the last 3 sets of coaches have started in the last couple of weeks. 4, in fact, sorry. We have Hazel and Dennis. You're very, very welcome. Lee, who I interviewed last week. Dory, who is in Pennsylvania. And we have also Cindy, Dr. Cindy Cork started her first workshop last night, 10 p.m. UK time. So we have new coaches coming on board. It is a very select few that get to be coaches in the DBM. So they are currently doing their free workshops. So you can come and do 25 plus free workshops And then go into the projects and platforms where we have probably an additional 10 or 15 workshops around that. Now, I know you're hosting one later on today and you have another one tomorrow. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those, Robin?
Yeah, I'm doing one in 40 minutes about Nexo. Nexo is a platform that literally allows you to become your own bank. So a very short sentence, but very powerful sentence. So yeah, you can find that in the DBM Academy projects and platforms. And tomorrow we've got one called How to Fix Your Profit Panic, which is not a problem a lot of people have because they don't make any profits. But we are seeing so many people in the DBM Academy making money, much more money than they ever have made before or anticipated making. And so we're helping them to manage that, because surprisingly, it's not making the money is the hard thing in DeFi. It's looking after it, keeping a track of it. And if you don't know what DeFi means, then come along to the DBM Academy and find out, because DeFi is not the same as just buying Bitcoin. DeFi is not just blockchain, and all of these things are important. DeFi has allowed us to grow our wealth passively exponentially in the last 2 or 3 years. We couldn't have done it 5 years ago. I started in business, and Moira's always mocking me for my advanced years. More than 30.
No, I'm not.
More than 35 years.
Talking about hi-fi.
Stereo. More than 35 years I've been working, and we've got hundreds of years worth of experience between us, the DBM coaches. So, if we don't know the answer, we will know somebody that does. So.
Sorry, my internet's a little bit dodgy there. Yeah, we have an extensive amount of experience with this, but not just in the blockchain space, guys. We all come from bricks and mortar businesses as well. We have all transitioned either intentionally or accidentally into this space and are using our combined knowledge and skill sets to be able to strategize. So we don't, they teach you about all this stuff in school, but they don't actually teach you how to create strategies for your own life, for not just in the business world, but actually, what are your goals? What are your actual goals that you really, really want to achieve in life? What are the timelines that you're setting from them? We have a term that we call an exit plan in the community, which isn't your exit out of life. It isn't your retirement plan. It is your exit plan. What is it that you need financially to be able to achieve that, and how to work back from there? Because if you don't know the end goal, where are you going? So that's a big, big piece of what we work on in the Academy with people as well. Constantly planting seeds, about how to change your mindset over to looking forward. Do not put your money into a pension plan. Do not be sitting there waiting for your pension payment when you're 60 odd years of age. Life isn't supposed to be like that. You can retire. Retirement is not an age. Retirement is a financial position. I have a business degree. I have opened up businesses all over the world. I never understood any of this because you're so busy in your business. And especially now, anybody, God love you, who have bricks and mortar businesses. I'm so glad I'm out of it. You're struggling to tread water so much that you can't even think about what we're talking about. But I would say baby steps, start learning, get focused. I ran my own restaurant 100 hours a week plus. I was beyond exhausted. I was still trying to do like Forever Living or something else on the side to try and help to pay my staff. I didn't have the help and the guidance that we have inside of the community. And to be able to actually materialize that into real cash flow and real income that initially is a side hustle, but then becomes a replacement income for your current income or an additional income into your family system that allows you then to have more time freedom, to have more choices. And, Robin, same as the rest of us, has been from hero to zero and back up again. And that was painful, but very productive, I would say, Robin.
Yeah, absolutely. I lost the business in the last financial crash, lost everything. And then fought my way back again. And the blockchain particularly, and assets that give me a passive income, has made the biggest difference. And I live by the ocean in a beautiful place. I own my own home, no mortgage, no debt. and just love helping people to, and we love to see that light come on in people's eyes, don't we, Moira, when they suddenly get it, that they have more control over their financial destiny than they realized, and they could, you know, go from 5 days a week to 4 days a week, or 4 days a week to 3 days, and then eventually sack the boss like we've done. It's a fantastic feeling doing that for people.
Yeah, and the mind freedom of being able to not have to worry about what's coming next is, or not to worry about it to the extent that you would be if you're 100% reliant on a sole source of income, or on your partner's income, or on the government, or on bosses, because we just, look, nobody knows what's going to happen in the next 12, 24 months. But I think it's safe to say that we can all feel it in our waters that it's not going to be ideal, and it's not going to be pegged in our benefit. But this is all about choices, and anybody can do this. We have people from very young men and women, all the way up to people who have long retired, doing this. So it's wide open. Now we have the 3 months to cash flow is, we are still taking on new clients at the moment, and we will post a link in the various chats underneath this video for you to have a look. I do believe we had a meeting this morning, and I do believe the guys are going to do a Facebook Live to discuss specifically about the 3 months to cash flow, what it's about, and give you an opportunity to jump in and start the program ASAP. Because for me, procrastination, not a procrastinator, I'm a complete doer, but for a lot of people, what it's, feel the fear and do it anyway. Or as Sean says, ready, fire, aim, ready, fire, aim. Yeah, something like that. Just make sure you're ready. But you're never going to be ready. It's like having a baby. You're never going to be ready for it. Just go and do it. So if it is something that tickles your fancy, that you're going to have 3 or 4 coaches guiding you for 90 full days on and offline to be able to get started, or to be able to put the wheels, cogs, oil those cogs and get them in motion so that you're actually tracking assets. So you've actually got a brand new skill set that sets you up for life. I call it a runway. We're giving you wings. Almost all of our clients have gotten those wings and are literally flying now, in a way that they didn't even know was possible before. I didn't know any of this was possible before, but the only way to do it is to get out your own way and get started. So Robin, I will let you go, because I know you're getting ready for your Nexo workshop and your other workshop tomorrow. So guys, you can find Robin in the workspaces on Tuesdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. I may or may not be in there next week. We'll see. And you can find us. You can find us in the DBM Academy as well. And if you want to know more about the 3 months to cash flow, come and pick our brains. You know where to find us on Facebook and the various other outlets. Robin, thank you as always.
Thank you, Moira. Take care. All the best for your little girl, and I'll see you guys in the DBM Academy.